Hi friends, your pal Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about American religion, and we're going to talk about the 2023 film Nefarious, this is part of a playlist. So unfortunately, if you want to watch this, you have some homework. You have to watch it in the order of the playlist because otherwise you really won't understand the context for this video. All right, so next I wanted to talk about, so this demon-possessed prisoner, played by Sean Patrick Flanery, is talking to this atheist psychiatrist, Jordan Belfi, and the demon is getting something done. He wants this book published by Jordan Belfi, and he's going to need to possess him later, right, to get some of these things done that he needs to get done. And so the demon-possessed prisoner is like, hey, listen, you don't believe I'm a demon. You know, we've been talking for a while here, but you don't believe any of this, right? You don't believe in the supernatural. You don't believe I'm a demon. Well, if you want to keep talking to me, you know, why don't you invite me in to yourself so I can possess you? And Jordan Belfi's like, I'm not going to do that, right? He's like, well, why not, right? He's like, go ahead, just say it. Just invite me in, right? Because if you're right, if you invite me in, it won't mean anything. There's nothing here to come into you, right? It's just a figment of this guy's imagination. And it won't work. It won't help, right? It really won't mean anything. So go ahead and invite me in, right? Because it doesn't mean anything to you, right? And if you don't, I'm going to cut this conversation off right now, and we'll just, you know, and then you're going to have to do your job without the information you need, right? And so Jordan Belfi does. He's like, I invite you in, right? And then he sits back and he, like, you know, kind of holds his hands up and his arms up and is like, okay, I'm ready, you know, jump on into me, demon, right? And nothing happens, right? And I thought this was a really, really brilliant aspect of the film, right? And he's like, you're full of crap. You know, like, I'm right. There's nothing real here, right? You're just, you know, you are not, you say there's a demon inside you. There's not. There's no real supernatural. I'm right. The worldview that the supernatural doesn't exist just got proven because nothing happened, right? And so then, you know, they continue their conversation because he committed to that, right? But then they get to the point where finally Jordan Belfi signs off, and they go to execute him, and they're going to use the electric chair, which they still use in some states. And so they electrocute him, right? They electrocute the demon-possessed prisoner, and they hit him once, right? And then they're like, oh, I think there might still be some signs of life. Hit him again. So they turn on the chair again, and they hit him again, right? And he dies, right? And the doctor's like, he's out, right? He's gone. This person is dead now, right? And the moment that happens, they pan the camera to Jordan Belfi, and in his head he hears, hi, I'm the demon, I'm inside you now, remember the invitation, thank you. Right? And I think what really blew me away was just how brilliant and how, like, we evangelical Christians, we sit in this pews every Sunday, we read our Bibles, and we learn this stuff, right? And this is exactly how it happens, right? You open yourself to demons in lots of different ways, right? And one of them is inviting them in, right? Like, and what was wild is, and we're like, oh, you know, like, so when we watch this, we're like, oh my gosh, this is exactly how this situation happens, right? People start diving into the occult. Oh no, I'm not a black magic witch. I'm a white witch. I'm a white magic healing magic witch, right? Oh, sure, there's something here giving me the power to heal people, but I'm sure it's not a demon, right? And then later, you like, after they've been using, the occult for like 10 years, they're like, oh crap, I'm completely demon possessed, right? And you could see Jordan Belfi's face, like, there's a voice in him talking, saying, all the misery that you just saw that other guy go through, I'm in you now, right? Like, you're mine, right? Like, and you could see just his eyes dawn, like, oh crap, this is real, right? And I think every time people deal with demons and they deal with the occult, they think they know, right? And they're like, oh, I know better than these silly Christians, right? And then you find out, like, yeah, fufo, like it happens, right? He fufoed. That it's that clear, right? And and it was really incredibly dark. And also it was extremely well played by the author of this film. Actually, the film's based on a book that came out in 2016, and then the film was made in 2023. But it's extremely well written, and I was very, very impressed with it. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider like, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.